If you want your sports podcast funny and real,
JB and Benny Blue Review, and ooh, the Valley hot, baby.
tune in to the former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges and Benny Blue for the JB and Benny Blue Review.
Benny, check this out, man.
Pow.
I ain't rocking nothing but Valley Boys Association all summer, bro.
Love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Zach and Cody, baby.
Uncensored. Late nights here on the Casual Sports Radio Network.
Crank that shit up
like
Soldier Boy. Crank that shit up like Soldier Boy, right?
Ooh, hey.
Crank
What's
that
good,
shit
man?
like Soldier Boy. What's happening with it?
We're back, baby.
Welcome to episode 246.
That's right, 246. That's it.
246 in the mix
Dr.
on
T,
the tricks. I told y'all we'd be back. Tim Tinkle says, "Fly, Eagles, fly." And at this point, I'm all in. All right, I'm all in on them damn birds. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? My Philly Eagles will fly. Eagles fly. Yes, I said my Philly Eagles. I got drafted by them. I mean, I'm not trying to jump ship.
Correct.
I'm just repping the squad right now.
Historically
of course, you are, again, you're watching episode 245 of the JB and Benny Review, right? 6.
Don't forget the 6.
My God.
Ha!
Don't forget the 6, right? So 246 of the JB and Benny Review, man. We are out here around the corner, down the block, you know what I'm saying, on your favorite radio station. It don't matter. You can catch us on any damn thing, you know what I'm saying? Riding in somebody's, you know what I'm saying, Nissan Central, 96 Nissan Central, you know what I'm saying, with the 415s in the back. We out here, man.
Yeah.
That's what we doing. We out here, man. It's the JB and Benny Review. You can follow us on social media at JB and Benny Blue, right? That's on everything.
Do that.
TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, you know what I'm saying, IG, of course. And of course, we on YouTube, man. Tell your friends about us, subscribe,
Please.
all that shit, 5-star. We need it, we love it. All right, episode 246, 246, right? Got you in the mix. Hey, follow us on our personal
I got the pens, but
Instagram.
they're clean though.
That's right. Follow us on our personal Instagram at 73KingJB73, and of course at Benny Blue Eyes, like it's always been. We'll get back with you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. You know what I'm saying? If you on some cool shit. CasualSports.com. Where you can hear our melodious voices out here in the valley, live streaming constantly. All right, shout out to all our folks, Devon, Earl, Ed, all the homies, you know what I'm saying? Sean, who is basically, we don't know where Sean at, right? Sean, holla at us, man.
He's a man of the cloth. He left us.
I'm starting to worry about you, bro. I mean, damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? We family out here, you know what I'm saying?
We love you, Sean.
And of course, you know what I'm saying? Our guy Earl, you know what I'm saying? The ringleader. You want to hear our melodious voices, man? Patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue for $1 damn. I ain't got to talk about what y'all doing with that dollar because y'all know, and it ain't right? You're not doing right.
It's
And the words
scandalous.
like, you're doing wrong. Better watch your mouth, boy. I'm just saying, right? You know you're doing wrong. So pay the hot dollar, get some good content, enhance your brain instead of, you know what I'm saying, damn near going blind out there. Y'all got to chill, man, for real. You know what I'm saying? $1 hot dollar, patreon.com/JB and Benny Blue. Get with us, man. You know what I'm saying? Sponsorship, interviews, new music, hate mail. It don't matter, right? JB and Benny Blue Reviews at gmail.com. Get at us, man. You know what I'm saying? As we continue to get finished with the whole football season, we will start to do more live review, live action review, you know what I'm saying, for music and everything else. And we do this shit, all right? Go back to previous episodes, man. This is just what we do, right? So get with us, man. Don't be ashamed, all right? If you think you got something and you hot, you want to be on our show, hey, feel free to reach out, man. You know what I'm saying? We always looking to put people on. That's what we do, all right? You like clothes, you like gear. We all like gear. Everybody like gear, right? Valley Boys Association clothing, okay? Go to valleyboysassociation.com. Use the promo code podcast 2020. 22. Is it 22? We're doing 22 or 23. We changing that shit? All right, it's 23 right now. We might need to change that to 23. We got to get with Zach and Cody about that. All right. Either way it goes, you put podcast 22 in, you get 20% off your entire order at checkout. They got some dope shit. Check them out. These young boys doing their thing. Show them some love. Support them up. You need a whip? You need a car? You need a car. I know you need a car, right? You need a new whip. It's TimToBuy.com. All right, hold the strap up, man. New, pre-owned, it don't matter. Text review to 515-444-7003 or check them out. All right, you want proof that people out here getting these hot whips? It's Tim to Buy on Instagram. All right, Tim, stop sending us messages, man. I'm trying to read this shit. All right,
we'll get to the Lakers. Goddamn it.
We got you, Tim. We got you. I'm trying to read this shit like I should know it by now. You know what I'm saying? Episode. Either way, go to Tim to Buy on Instagram. Check him out. Okay, people holding up the strap, got new whips. They doing their thing, man. I am King JB, aka Jeremy Bridges, 10-year NFL veteran. This guy beside me is Benefit Rhinesmith III, Esquire at Law, aka Benny Blue, known to everyone in the Silicon Valley. You know what I'm saying? Wilding out there in La La Land. Is it still raining out there, Benny?
It is not. Thank goodness. It is.
Okay.
Here's the most shameful part about it, JB. Got all this damn rain. Drained right into the ocean. Ain't that about it?
Drained right into the ocean.
Didn't say one drop.
We can't even hold on, you know what I'm saying, to the moisture. You know what I'm saying? Like TJ, who cares the moisture? We can't even hold on to the moisture, you know what I'm saying, for the goddamn state of California. You know y'all gonna have a drought going in like fucking 3 months. You need that goddamn rain. Right. Y'all gotta get a better irrigation system going out there. The NFL, wildcard weekend recap, man, that's coming up. Yes. Of course, league hirings, firings, all that good stuff, divisional round picks. This is JB and Benny Blue Review, man. This is what we do, how we do what we do, man. Welcome. If you're joining us for the first time, and if you're coming back as a repeat offender, we appreciate you. God damn it. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We appreciate you. We're so happy to have you, man.
Hey, but before we get down to any business, from what I understand, there is someone who is sharing a new talent with us. No, it's not me. No, I'm not talking about JB's OnlyFans page. Our guy, Dr. Jeremy Bridges, is now a writer for So Effing Dope magazine. Would you take a look at that? Look at that beautiful layout of our guys at So Effing Dope. Talk to the people about your Year in Sports Review 2022, Dr. Bridges. Look at this.
Listen, man, Mike hit me up, man, from So Effing Dope. So shout out to Mike and Corey and everybody that works behind the scenes of So Effing Dope magazine.
They will be back on the show, by the way.
That's right, without a doubt. The name speaks for itself. So Effing Dope magazine, because it is just that, man. They have had hot guests on there. Of course, they're kicking this thing back up. So I'm expecting huge things in 2023. Mike reached out to me, asked me if I'd do this. I almost blew it, Benny, because I almost, literally I wrote this. So, like, the night before he started placing, I sent him the piece, right? So I've never written before. Right, never written anything for a magazine or anything like that before. So I was kind of nervous about it, to be honest. I just did my research, you know what I'm saying? If you got to read the article, man, I've been getting some good reviews about the article, no pun intended. But just people telling me that it's, you know, it's entertaining, which is what it's supposed to be. Even people that are not sports fans, right, are telling me it's like, man, it was a good read. Like, I appreciate the read. I'm like, wow, that meant a lot. So I don't know if we'll be doing it, and of course I'll have more conversation with them going forward. But I'm not sure if we're doing it quarterly or if I'm doing it every month. Or it don't matter. Whenever they put the magazine out, it'll be in there. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. Like God willing, you know what I'm saying. But they seem to have enjoyed it, and they did a great job, like you said, with the layout. I was pleased, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, it's just just adding to our brand. Like I told Benny, I'm like, in any kind of way we can get our brand out there more. You know, this is what we're going to do. You know what I'm saying? So expect to see more things with JB and Benny Blue. You know what I'm saying? Us venturing out, doing different things and making sure that people know who the hell we are. All right?
Could have said it better myself, my friend. I read it and, you know, I mean, I enjoyed it because obviously it was informative. And like you said, like you broke things down how you always break things down. And it was in your voice. You weren't trying to be anybody else. Damn it, you were trying to be you, and you put it on paper. It's a new format of what we do on the mic. It's just him, you know, taking it from the brain, put it through the fingers, and onto the screen for you guys to read it. So with So Effing Dope, as you guys know, the OG reviewers know, they put out I think it's typically, JB, correct me if I'm wrong, they'll do maybe quarterly issues or different hard copy issues you can actually purchase and have, and they interview like really legit people and have really dope articles. And of course, you can go to the website. SoEffingDopeMagazine.com, where you can see JB's review and wrap up of 2022 and a whole lot of mo coming up. Zach, appreciate you tapping in. That's right. Go Birdgang and go Kitties. Well, our seasons are over, but 1, 2, 3 Cancun. We appreciate the love for our squad.
We still going.
My guy Zach. We're still going.
All right.
Speaking of which, Dr. Bridges, we got to get into it right now because there's been some news for the BG. So that means we're going to take it to some review reaction news for some headlines out there in the desert. They've made a hire. The Bidwells have made a hire. They've hired former Titans director of player personnel Monty Osenfort. He had spent time with the Pats dude before that, and he said in his introduction press conference, quote, "We are looking for the right type of players. Ego will not be tolerated." Ooh, I like that one. JB, what did you think of this hire, and what do you think about that quote as well?
First of all, I'm loving the quote. I'm talking about the quote first. I'm loving the quote, right? Because it's a team, right? We are a team, right? So, of course, you are a brand as an NFL football player. You have to adhere to your brand. You want to grow your brand. You want to make your money, right? You want to get your endorsement deals outside of the game that you're getting paid to play. But at the same time, nobody is above the team. There is no I in team. I know that's a very old cliche, but it's true, right? So I appreciate the quote. I appreciate what he said. Second of all, the man's legit, right? You know what I'm saying? He's of course, if you look at the teams he's been with, you know what I'm saying? He's had dealings with the Patriots, of course, who bring in character guys, who bring in guys that can work, who bring in guys that are versatile. Then him being the head of player personnel with the Titans for the last few years, hey, we can just look at the Titans roster and see this guy's bringing in cats that means something, right? Right. What up? This guy's bringing in cats, and he's been a part of that, you know what I'm saying, executive crew that are bringing in people that mean something to an organization. They're going to help you win immediately. As long as he's aggressive. And everybody's been asking me about this, and I've been meaning to put a video out about it, how Benny does all those snippets, put on our YouTube page. I just hadn't got around to it, but he's aggressive. And my knock on Steve was that there were free agents out there to get in situations that we needed free agents that he didn't act on. That was my only knock on him. He brought hella talent to our team. Let's not get it twisted. He brought all kind of talent to our team, right? So with the right coach, and I do believe, of course, he's going to have his hands in that as well because the general manager does do that, along with the head coach. Along with the owner. I do believe at this point, I'm very confident that we're going to get a really good coach. And we've been moving and shaking. We interviewed Frank Wright. We interviewed somebody's defensive coordinator. I forget who it was, but we've been interviewing. We actually speak with D'Amico Ryans.
Flores. I think Brian Flores in the mix.
Well, it was another one. Like we literally interviewed like 4 people already.
Yep.
He might have been, right? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we just need guys that are character guys. I would love to have Brian Flores as the head coach, right? So we need guys that are going to demand discipline, right? We're going to demand discipline. We know we can't be the most penalized offensive team in the NFL, right? We can't be one of the highest penalized defensive team in the NFL. Pre-snap penalties will not be tolerated going forward. You just can't do it, right? You know what I'm saying? You're right. There is levels to aggression. You're exactly right there, right? Vance Joseph, I don't know about that, right? Vance Joseph wasn't a very good head coach at Denver. So defensive coordinator, I ain't got no beef with him on that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Right. My thing is that he does blitz at bad times sometimes when we just kind of need to kick back and play coverage. But, hey, I'll take him as a defensive coordinator, right? But a head coach, we need somebody who's going to preach discipline, right? We need somebody who's going to bring in an offensive mind that Kyler's going to respect and listen to, because if we can get little man playing good football, we're going to be just fine, right? But the first thing that has to be addressed is the trenches. Right, so let's see how aggressive he is in that aspect.
Right, and as Tom Pelissero listed there on it in his report, apparently, the guy's highly respected in scouting, which makes sense why he was, a director of player personnel for the Titans. He was part of 4 Super Bowl teams with the Pats. Now, people get kind of leery when people try to bring the Patriot way into other organizations, and it's noted by a lot of folks in the desert area that this is the first time in a long time that the Bidwells have went kind of outside their own kind of ecosystem within the building to pull somebody else from outside of the building. And then with the point that Javon made about, Vance Joseph, honestly, it goes back to my theory about not all coordinators are coaches. And Vance Joseph is a hell of a good coach, but sometimes you're better in that seat than trying to be the guy. Now he may where he will get another shot down the line, but I think honestly he should play easy, and if he can retain the job as DC with the BG, great. But not everybody's meant to be a head coach, at least, and it's got to be the right fit. I mean, Cliff's off in Thailand right now, for God's sake. I mean, come on now. Shit.
I look at it like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Vance is getting paid good money, right? He's doing good things defensively. He has a crew that respects him, right? They understand his defense. They accept his defense, right? We just need a few key pieces for that defense, right? And we're going to be just fine. You know what I'm saying? We just got to have, with his defense, because it's so aggressive in the front seven, we got to have guys that can cover one-on-one, right? So we need a couple pieces in that defense backfield. We need a true middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? I know Xavier Collins has been making, he was making progression along the way, but I still don't think he's the guy. We need a true middle linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who's a veteran, who still got some good years left in him. You know what I'm saying? Can give us 3 or 4 good years. And I think we're going to be just fine. And of course, again, the trenches. Right? We need better D linemen. We need better offensive linemen. Is what it is.
Well, speaking of changing the culture and finding the right guys, I see the questions coming in, so I'm going to bump over to this one. Old Sean P. Watch, the interview with the Broncos that they seem to be the front runner, the Panthers, the Texans, and he has permission to speak with the Cardinals, though I don't know if that interview has been set. Apparently, the draft compensation to release him from the Saints is projected to be a mid to late first rounder. So we'll put the questions right now. I know, Zach, you talked about Sean P. to Arizona, and then Dr. T, any chance of Payton? So, JB, I mean, what do you think about, the chances now of Sean Payton potentially getting to the desert, and do you think he's a good fit? JB, did we lose you?
Honestly, at this point, I don't think Sean Payton is front runner for us anymore because of the fact that we did hire Mans as a GM, right? Because we understand that when Sean Payton comes to a team, Sean Payton wants his hand in that GM role, right? Huh?
No, you go. Keep going.
I don't know about.
Oh, looks like we lost Dr. Bridges, but I'll pick up kind of where we left off. I think ultimately Sean Payton is probably going to go to the Broncos. I only say that because they're probably going to give him the bag. I mean, I think his preferred destination would be the Chargers, although it doesn't look like Brandon Staley is going to get fired at least yet because the Chargers are notoriously effing cheap. But they let a couple coaches go, which we're going to get to in just a second. But I wish Sean Payton would go to the Cardinals. I mean, would he be great with Kyler Murray? Probably. Help him kind of adjust the attitude and get the most out of him? Probably. And I think he'd be a good culture guy for them as well. So I wish that he would go to the Cardinals. But JB, you're back. Maybe real quick, try to pick up and put a button on what you're saying about Sean Payton because you kind of cut out there.
So Sean Payton, I think with us hiring Mans as a GM, I don't think that Sean Payton is going to want to come here because he wants his hand in that general manager role, right?
Right.
So I think that the Cardinals kind of said, okay, we're going to let you guys know that Sean Payton's in the mix, but you know what I'm saying, we're not really focusing on him. You know what I'm saying? We have a young team, right? A young team is going to require a young person, you know what I'm saying, that's going to be able to relate to them, right? And still demand excellence, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not a huge fan of Shanahan as a coach, you know what I'm saying, but I admire what he does with his squad, you know what I'm saying, because them boys be ready to play. He lets them have fun, right? He does fun things with them offensively, you know what I'm saying? He lets them have fun in the football field. That defense is running around like a bunch of wild animals, and it works, right? So this is what we're looking for, right? We got to get somebody, you know what I'm saying, who can bring that discipline, right? We got to get somebody, you know what I'm saying, who's going to give us a great offensive system that Kyler can play in, which I think the kid can play in most systems. I do think that, again, he's a shotgun quarterback. So I'm coming here trying to put him on the center because that's not his bag. But, I don't think Sean Payton right now is really, the guy.
So, I mean, just to follow up that real quick. So then with who the candidates are out there, I mean, ultimately, who do you think is going to end up being the guy if that's not the case?
Well, I don't know, but I mean, me personally, if I'm them, and this might, kind of go against, Vance Joseph being the D coordinator, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, but DeMeco Ryans is one of the, I feel comfortable with DeMeco Ryans coming in here, because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, he's going to come in and he's going to be a disciplinary, right? You look at his defense, they don't make mistakes, right? That's a huge telltale about what kind of coach he is. But with that being said, Vance Joseph, man, I don't think he's going to stay here if DeMeco Ryans comes, because DeMeco Ryans going to want to control that defense, right? With that being said, I mean, there's all kind of great coaches out there. Lovie Smith is out there. I mean, we interviewed Frank Wright. I'll be totally fine with that, right? You know what I'm saying? Frank Wright, I mean, Rice, you know what I'm saying, he kind of bum-wrapped himself, you know what I'm saying, bringing in the quarterbacks that he brought in for himself, right? So with his offensive mindset, he's offensive mind friendly, he's quarterback friendly. I'm cool with that. Again, efficiency is what he preaches. He loves to run the ball, right? With running the ball, you got to have them hogs up front, right? So, yeah, I'm cool with it's a lot of guys, you know what I'm saying, we can bring in that can do great work, right? So, to me right now, Frank Wright and DeMeco Ryans, you know what I'm saying, people that I would just be like literally like attacking, right? Trying to get in the building. Okay.
Well, speaking of shuffling the deck chairs a little bit and lack of discipline, the Chargers made some moves, but no, it didn't include firing Brandon Staley. They fired their OC Joe Lombardi and the pass game coordinator and QB's coach Shane Day. The Chargers, JB, as you know, are notorious for playing out contracts a little bit longer because they don't want to pay that old severance break off when they let cats go. So do you feel like, even though it's still early, we're not quite in the full offseason yet, do you think Brandon Staley is safe until next year after the epic meltdown against the Jags? Good God almighty.
Yeah, it was rough. But at the same time, it's like this. This is what Staley's this will be his third year?
Brandon Staley, I think so. Let me try to look this up.
I'm almost certain this is going to be his third year, right?
Yep. So he's yeah. But anyway, I'll look it up. But keep going.
But what I'm saying is that he wasn't a guy who was he had an OC, he had a quarterback coach, so he wasn't wearing that OC hat, right? He was wearing the head coach hat, right? So he was the type of coach that was going to let his coaches do their job, and the OC didn't do his damn job, right? So that's why he got fired. The quarterback coach, I don't know what the hell happened with that. Usually OCs and quarterback coaches kind of go hand in hand. You know, they whatever, and he had to go too. So Staley fired these cats because I guess, you know, when there's like a dissension amongst the ranks, or, you know, we're not doing things that we spoke about in the meeting, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there was some bickering and some arguing going on that sideline. He got them up out of there. But again, at the same time, look what you got talent-wise. You know what I'm saying? You got everything you need. So something was wrong. And I guess they got rid of them cats. I think Staley's okay. Again, he's respected by his crew, right? He gambles. He goes for it on fourth down, and they're one of the highest ranked successful fourth down completion teams in the league, right? So he's got the respect of his crew. He just needs, again, to add those pieces, somebody to come in offensive minded that's going to cater to Herbert's skill set and make sure that he's straight. You know what I'm saying? They probably need a couple offensive linemen because they had some injuries going on. But, I mean, I feel like they're going to be something to reckon with. I mean, next year, if they get, like I said, the offensive coordinator coming in and make sure that they're catering to Herbert's skill set.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Zach, you're right. I mean, you know, Herbert's really good. Mike Williams gets hurt in the regular season closer, which that kind of, you know, killed him in that game because they definitely could use him, although it definitely wasn't. I mean, at the end of the day, when you're up, you know, 27-7 on somebody, you got to close the door on that. But looking at Brandon Staley, this is his third year. He's 19-15-0. So after 34 games, so he's going into his fourth year. So he's going into what you might call his cliff year, his fourth year. So, yeah, man. I mean, that the tricky thing now about the league that we're in with how the game is played and the game is called is that you're more likely to see bigger success if you have an offensive coach. Every coach but one in the playoffs right now is an offensive-minded coach, save for Sean McDermott with the Bills. Everybody else is offensive-minded. So when you have a defensive-minded coach, you got to get the right coordinator, pass game guy. You have to have that right thing. And it's like, dude, clearly something was disconnected on the offensive side for them to hold that lead against the Jags, and they did what they needed to do. But I mean, I don't know. I can't call Brandon Staley, but I mean, I wouldn't be surprised though in next year if he's not on a short leash, because Lord knows the Chargers have a well documented history of tricking it off.
He's definitely going to this year. You know what I'm saying, with a little fire in his ass. Please believe me on that aspect.
Yes, exactly. All right, and then finally for some review reaction news. You're right, Zach. I mean, yeah, Colin Cowherd, Jesus Christ. All right, and then finally, speaking of not tricking it off, it's a great day for football in the state of Michigan. OC Ben Johnson tells the team he ain't leaving. He ain't fucking leaving. Word to Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street. And Jim Harbaugh, probably, maybe, possibly, absolutely, yeah, sure, he's staying at Michigan.
Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he?
Hey,
I don't understand that. I don't understand why Jim Harbaugh keeps entertaining head coaching jobs in the NFL. I wouldn't. I mean, look, he likes to say what? Who's got it better than us? Nobody. Well, who got it better than him? Nobody, right? The man can do no damn wrong. But, I mean, he's getting better and better every year. You know what I'm saying? These kids are getting, I mean, look, quarterfinals, you know what I'm saying? You got the semis of the Natty. You know what I'm saying? You were right there. Okay, let's get over the hump. At first, it was beating Ohio State. Now he's doing that. Right now, he's getting to the Natty or the semis of the Natty. So now it's another hump he's got to get over. Man, just stay where you at. Kids want to come to Michigan. They want to play for you. Crazy, right? And, of course, Ben Johnson staying with the Lions big because, you know what I'm saying, he made golfy, right? He made young golf look good. So, hey, it's good things going on in Detroit, man.
Yeah, man, I'm happy. And Ben Johnson, shout out to Ben Johnson for not falling prey to the allure that we talk about. I talked about it with Vance Joseph. All coordinators aren't supposed to be head coaches. If you're one of the best coordinators, you don't want to go from a top 5 OC to number 31 ranked head coach. You don't want to do it.
And then, of course, you know what I'm saying, you look at it like this, it's like, he's a young cat, right?
Yeah, and you got to remember, Anthony Lynn, former Chargers coach, oddly enough, he comes over to the Kiddies. He's the OC. He gets fired. Dan Campbell takes over the play calling. Then Ben Johnson is elevated, I think, from quarterbacks coach to OC. Yeah. And now he's killing it at OC.
Right, exactly. Again, doing things that the players like to do, having fun, right? Making the offense fun, doing the things that the guys want to do in situations, which is super important, right? Because a lot of OCs, you know what I'm saying, I can recall being in huddles and we hear a play, we're like, fuck, here we go with this bullshit, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, really, you know what I'm saying? I recall that vividly on multiple teams that I played on. And it's not a constant thing, but, you know, you got to be able to call the plays in the right situations to make the offense, keep the morale up, keep the energy high, you know what I'm saying? Give confidence. Like, you go, okay, you hit a play call, you're like, all right, cool, ready to break. You know what I'm saying? We go to the line of scrimmage with a little bounce, not turn around like, you know what I'm saying, Eeyore on fucking Winnie the Pooh, here we go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, man. So I think that's, a great situation. You know what I'm saying? He's a great situational OC. Like I said, he makes good calls in situations where guys want to be aggressive. He showed that.
Well, shout out to him for not taking the bait, and shout out to Harbaugh for now. Harbaugh, we understand the NFL is going to keep. We understand you lost to your brother in the Super Bowl, right? We understand that you lost to your brother. You want to get one back. We understand that. Right. God damn it, you were like, you know what I mean? You're like the husband getting off work going to the titty bar. You just want to see some new ass. You got to stop it.
You just want to see some good work.
Right. As the song says, if you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with. God damn it, love the one you're with.
Especially the one you're with. You know what I'm saying? Is a big titty bitch driving a Bentley, which that's what motherfucking that's what Michigan is, right? What did Chris Rock say in motherfucking Head of State? Like, hey, ain't nothing better than that. You know what I'm saying? What you mean? A big titty bitch driving in a Bentley. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else better than that.
I was not expecting that, but shout out to that movie. Oh my God. So that's some review reaction news. Let's pay some bills. God damn it. To tap in with our guys, valleyboysassociation.com. Use that promo code podcast22 for 20% off your order at checkout. They'll get you fresh. They'll get you right with summer and fall. Go to valleyboysassociationclothing.com right now and tap in with our guys. And of course, it's timtobuy.com. Get your newer pre-owned vehicle text review to 515-444-7003 or DM him on Instagram or Facebook at It's Tim to Buy. No matter where you are in the country, he will get you into the vehicle of your dreams. As far as with your boys, please follow us at JB and Benny Blue, and please follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. You know we got the content pumping out like that good dope. Please make sure to get at us there. And of course, you can check us out, casualsports.com, live streaming out of the desert there in Phoenix and all that good shit. All right. It was a wild card weekend, so we got to recap that now. Super wild card weekend. And we got to recap that now. And after that, we're going to be doing a little bit of what we learned from Wildcard Weekend. Of course, joining us, oh my God, he's back from parts unknown. It's the man himself, money-making Mitchell Hughes. He's back. How we doing, sir? How we doing, baby?
Burners addiction.
Burners.
Nice. Outstanding. How we doing, Mitch?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Mitch doing Mitch things. That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I show up just to ruin it.
Yes, he is. All right, gentlemen, let's not waste any time. Let's get into some wild card recap right now. Niner gang. They pull away from the Squawks, 41-23. Mitch, your boy, Brock Purdy, Mr. Relevant, with 4 total TDs, 3 passing TDs, and 1 rushing TD. Mitch, what did you see about this game? What did you see about the Niners? And what did you see from Mr. Purdy? Purdy good, Mitch.
I saw a team that was just happy to be there and that went through everything they could to make it. Congratulations to the Seahawks. And then I saw another team with a great system and a quarterback that understands that system, that's learning the system and getting better and better every single week. You guys know that I've been a Purdy fan since he started going in, have Purdy fever, and I don't see it slowing down.
Nice.
Okay.
Outstanding. All right. Well, the Seahawks, kind of had a couple opportunities and squandered them, right? That probably would have made the game a little more difficult for Brock Purdy and the 49ers, you know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, you know what I'm saying? Again, it's Shanahan, bro. Let's call a spade a spade. It's Shanahan. All right, he's making everything very easy for this kid, right? Kid's talented. He's NFL football player. He's an NFL quarterback. They saw enough of him to draft him, right? Mr. Irrelevant, even to, go through the whole process, the combine and so on and so forth, right? He's talented. We get that, right? But how much longer is he going to be able to do what he's doing, right? We'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, they got the ding, the Cowboys coming in town like it's the 94 NFC Championship, baby, but it's a divisional, so don't get too excited, Cowboys fans. We know you're watching. JC, all of our other guys, fucking crazy ass Cowboys fans. Don't get too excited.
And they've come out the woodwork, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they're coming out.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Them jeans shorts and them goddamn old ass Urban jerseys, you know what I'm saying? And
jeans with the high fades and the
high
fades,
Jordans. The Jordans, you know what I'm saying? They out, bro. The dirty Air Forces, they out, bro. Right?
Yeah, not the
they
dirty
out,
Air
bro.
Forces.
The dirty Air Forces, they out, bro. I'm telling you, it's rough right now.
JB, speaking of a team that got a little too excited, the Jaguars rally from a 27-7 deficit to beat the Chargers 31-30. And Mitch, Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions, immediately followed by 4 TDs. What did you see from the Jaguars that made them come back and win this game? And what did you see from the Chargers that made them absolutely fall apart, as the Chargers do, Mitch?
You didn't need to watch this game. It's the Chargers. Like, no matter who you put there at quarterback, they're going to throw 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, and still lose the game somehow, and it's going to be a major comeback. I didn't need to watch the game for this. Like, there's no analysis besides the Chargers are Chargers. Cool. Wow.
They're cursed, man. They got to move back to San Diego, bro. Like, I'm telling you, that's the
San Diego curse.
That's the problem, man. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Hey, don't stop believing. Look, man, it's 4 quarters of football, bro. Right? 4 quarters of football. Again, I knew it some kind of way. The Chargers was going to fuck it up. That's why I picked the Jaguars to win. It is what it is.
Yeah, I think we all picked the Jaguars to win. And hey, man, Dougie P, your man Dougie
P, baby. What you know about Dougie P out here making stars out of folks? You know what I'm saying? Trevor Lawrence.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? He was a great talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL seen in a long time. He's got everything you need. He was trash until Dougie P came. Now Dougie P's there. He had basically an anomaly of a first half. Threw 4 picks, came right back. Adjustments, right? Shout out to Dougie P. Bob. Next thing you know, they're headed to the divisional round.
Right, there it is. All right. The Mafia hold on to beat the Dolphins against third string Skylar Thompson. By the way, not for nothing, Mike McDaniel was a ripping vapes on the sideline. I don't know if you guys saw that, but my man was wired in, son.
He was Ripper Magoo, you know what I'm saying? Rippers and Magoos.
But Mitch, Josh Allen picks, fumbling, including losing a fumble. This is becoming a habit with the turnovers of Josh Allen. Mitch, do you think this is going to will his turnover issues cost them going forward in another quest for a Super Bowl?
Easily they could potentially do that. I mean, every coach is going to tell you that turnovers are very costly. You only have so many possessions in a game, and how you lose, especially with a talented quarterback, is by turning the ball over and being reckless. I mean, it's a divisional game. You can always kind of throw these out. Like the Dolphins know more about the Bills than any other team's going to know about the Bills. The Patriots know more about the Bills. These problems come more up in divisional games. Before I go and beat up Josh Allen too bad, I want to see his game next week. I think he'll kind of right the ship a little bit.
Okay. JB, what you think?
He's been known for being reckless, right? And, I mean, you're right, Mitch. And nobody knows you better than the team you done played twice all year, right? Combined 32 interceptions, stats, fumbles this year. Hey, he's reckless with the ball, you know what I'm saying? And he righteously needs to understand that, yeah, he does have talent with his legs. He can move, you know what I'm saying? But he needs to understand when to say when, right? You done got the first down, get your big ass down, get your big ass out of bounds, all right? Slide, all right? Don't try to force the ball into three defenders, right? You know what I'm saying? When you're running to the right, don't throw the ball across your body to the left, right? These are just very simple things they teach you in football, you know what I'm saying, from a young tyke that he does. And again, he has a hell of a defense, man, you know what I'm saying? So he gets the ball back a lot. Mitch said, how many possessions do you get in the game? You're right. It does depend on how many possessions you get. So he gets the ball back a lot because his defense does great work. So we'll see going forward how it acts. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to clean up his play for them to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, especially when he's not always getting, you know, the help that he needs. And I think the problem is, I think he's really trying to kind of play like hero ball, and he needs to chill out, and he needs to trust his playmakers. Yeah. And Bills, I mean, you want to talk about cursed teams? I mean, my God, Bills, Jesus Christ! You would have thought Brett Maher is the new what's his name, the kicker from back in the 90s, kept missing the shit. Brett Maher might be possessed with the fucking soul of that guy.
Tinkle
and Einhorn. All right, the G-men beat the front runner Vikings. That's right, I said it. The front runner Vikings, 31-24 for their first playoff win in 11 years, Mitch. But does Danny Dimes? Does he deserve a long-term deal, or do you think they're just going to tag the shit out of him? What do you think they're going to do with Danny Dimes now, Mitch?
Well, if there's one thing I know about the Giants, it's when they win one playoff game, they win a Super Bowl. I'm not actually calling that. I really don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I think they'll franchise tag him. I think he deserves a long-term deal. He's gotten better every single year. That's all you want from your rookie. I think he'll still get better. But I do think they should franchise tag him. And then I think they just need to do their final analysis, and then they'll have to go and bite the bullet if he's good and give him a bigger contract than they would this year. But they know what they're gambling with. I think they should go franchise tag him, then long-term if it works out.
Hey, and Brian Dable, formerly of the Bills, is getting new life out of him. You talk about Dougie P with Trevor Lawrence, JB. What do you think? What do you think about this game? What do you think the prospects are for old Danny Dimes collecting them dimes, son? I've
been a fan of Danny Dimes. You know what I'm saying? And he hadn't had a whole lot to deal with. He hadn't had a whole lot around him. So there comes a time, and then of course he hadn't had Dayball as a coach. You know what I'm saying? So I got faith this kid can be a good quarterback for a long time for the Giants, right? Go ahead and give him his money, right? He's not going to demand a whole shitload of money. Let's be completely honest, because you can come back as a GM and be like, look, man, we get it. You know what I'm saying? We see quarterbacks getting paid, but we're not going to break the bank with you because, listen, if you're trying to win a Super Bowl, then I can't pay you all this money. Just being honest with you, right? We need money to bring in players so you can throw the ball to, so you can hand the ball off to, so they can protect your ass, right? So the defense gets you the ball back. We need to be able to put this money in other places so that we can be a successful team. But we're going to give you a long-term deal, all right? And we're going to make sure you're happy, right? So he's going to be okay. Trust me when I say it. And I feel like the more talent they put around this kid, the better we're going to see him perform. I got the G-men doing great things, man. They play real nasty, gritty football, and they're surprising some folks. So, we'll see how it rolls. But, they are coming up against them boys. Snarling and growling, so we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And Mitch, you bring up a good point in the chat. If him and his agent aren't delusional and try to demand top 4 money, he might actually get a good deal for him that's actually team friendly. To JB's point, and listen, Mitch, you hearken. You did this, Mitch. You hearken the runs from back in the day where you had David Tyree coming out of nowhere, catching a ball on his helmet. I mean, Isaiah Hodgins, some of these cats coming out.
Listen. Hey. I played ball with Isaiah Hodgins' pops, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
Out here.
Okay.
Yeah, Big Hodgins, you know what I'm saying, played fullback for us when I was out here in 04 and 05. So shout out to Lil Zay, man. But my thing is this, Mitch, right? You're right. You said it in the chat. Pay him good money. And if I'm his agent, this is what I'm saying. We're going to get paid, right? We're going to get paid. We're going to get a big G behind this money, a nice size G behind the money. That's guaranteed for you lames out there. And we're going to come back to the well in 3 years.
Right.
You're going to get paid again. So you're going to get the money you want. You're just going to get it in segments. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to get two guaranteed, you know what I'm saying, two big G's behind your money. And you're going to be straight, right? And then again, you're going to be smart. And they're going to see that like, oh, he's a real franchise quarterback. Right, some idiot on ESPN will eventually say it and be like, look, he did this so that he can get talent around him. Look, this is what you do. Shut up, right? You heard that here on the JB and Benny Blue Review first.
Goddamn right. Hey, fellas, speaking of a quarterback who's trying to get a deal, who is, I mean, I understand why he didn't play, but the Bengals beat the Ravens 24-17. Noticeably absent from the building was Lamar Jackson, Mitch. Do you think he was wrong for not being there with his team? And what do you think what are they going to do? Are they going to franchise him? What's the deal with Lamar, Mitch?
I think this comes down to like when the talking heads are floating around screaming at each other and blah, 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 blah. I think this is a huge philosophical thing that I've kind of decided where, like, you know, people say Lamar Jackson should have played, Lamar Jackson shouldn't have played. If he's really injured and it's if he has a high risk re-injury, I think he's good not playing, because if he gets re-injured, the team ain't going to look out for him at the end of the day. At the end of the day, you got to look out for you and what's best for you. And he ain't on the long-term contract right now. He's currently working it out. Might he have lost a couple mil? Who cares? He's going to make $300 million instead of just losing the $2 million.
Right. Without a doubt. So, I mean, RG3 posted something, you know what I'm saying? We all know what happened to RG3 when he tried to come back from that torn LCL and PCL or whatever it was he had. Try to put a brace on it, and then he folded up like ACL tear in the comebacks, right? It just wasn't good, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't looking out for him. That essentially ruined his career. So Lamar Jackson, you're doing the right thing. Bet on you. You've been doing this your whole life. Continue to do it. And if Baltimore is smart, they'll retain you. If they're not, somebody gonna pay you some dough and get a hell of a quarterback. You know, you might end up back there in Miami, baby. You know what I'm saying? Doing great things. So who knows?
There's rumblings and grumblings of that, but JB, just from a player's perspective, I mean, Lamar. It's one thing. I think we're all on the same page about him not playing, but him not being there though, like not on the sideline with the team. How would you feel about that?
I mean, a holdout's a holdout, bro. Right? It don't matter when it is. A holdout's a holdout. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, you know what I'm saying. They're not even talking his language. You know what I'm saying? For him to not even show up to the game, there's a super stronghold, and like the Ravens are just sitting there like, nah, bro, we're not trying to hear that. So at this point, it's like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I hear people saying that they made hope, and that's the case, make another hope, right? You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes.
All right. And finally, oh my God, the Cowboys actually made it to the playoffs, and they won a game. They ran on the Bucks 31-14. So Mitch, can Dak lead Dallas past the 49ers with the type of performance that he had? And is Brady flying the coop on Tampa Bay? Mitch, what do you think?
The answer is, can Dak? Yes. As JB said, you know, when does it just go down? Like, how long can he keep this up? That's all possible. I don't have it happening. I got Brock for another week beating the Cowboys. Is Brady flying the coop on Tampa Bay? Why are we starting this conversation so early? Do you hate me? Like, did you just wake up this morning and you're like, I'm going to mess with Mitchell today?
Yes. 100%. That's why you're drinking Verner's, by the way.
Yeah.
You feel in your gut
already. I'm just going to say yes, so I can have fun with this conversation every week. Last year I said no. This year I say yes. Last time he lost in a wild card, it was with the Patriots, and he went to the Bucks. Loses a wild card, time to move on, Tom.
Okay, JB, what you think?
Well, if I'm Tampa Bay, I'm having a hard conversation with Tom. I don't give a damn what Tom want to do. I'm gonna be like, look, man, hey, We did the damn thing, right? We had fun, you know what I'm saying? You came out here, you know what I'm saying? You sparked it up. You know what I'm saying? We had good football being played out here. We done made playoff runs. Hey, but we gonna do something different going forward. We gonna shift the weather right now, and we're gonna say goodbye to you. You know what I'm saying? See if we can get a younger quarterback in here. Hey, there's a guy over in Baltimore that's not happy, so let's talk to him. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting rid of Tom Brady. Right now, Tom Brady's their crutch. You know what I'm saying? He can't move. So you can't move the pocket. The offensive line has been injured pretty much most of the year, right? You blitz him up the middle, he's fucked, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, it's time to go, man. You know, one motherfucker that ain't gonna never lose is Father Time. This motherfucker's undefeated. He done took some L's, but he gonna win in the end, right?
Hey, well, speaking of that, fellas, we took it to the Twitter streets on our Twitter at JB and Benny Blue. For the folks, we asked, where is Tom Brady for the 2023 season? And with 42, nearly 43% of the vote, they said retired over the Dolphins, Raiders, and the Niners, places where I think he would probably want to go if he wanted to continue playing. Because if you think about it, really, the realities are three. One, obvious, retire. Two, stay in Tampa, but then what does that mean? Does that mean, does it potentially mean that Todd Bowles is gone, or Leftwich is gone, or both, or just one or the other? Or option three, him going to the best fit where he can plug and play for a title. Now, in my opinion, I think if Purdy fever dies down a little bit, to Mitch's point, in the playoffs, maybe that place would be the Niners for a full circle moment where he can play down the street from where he grew up. But, the people, folks, say that he is going to retire. It is time. Hanging up. Mitch says tighten up in the chat. Good God Almighty. Drink that Verner's, you son of a bitch. Right. Tighten up. Look, he might. Oh my God.
I think you better let it go. Let it go, baby. Like, just let it go, man. Like, for real. Look, you're 137 years old. Like, just let it go. For real.
Well,
you
gentlemen,
just broke up with your wife. You better make it more than a 1-year commitment. He's not retired.
Oh my God!
Oh, damn it, man!
Now, finally, before we get into picks, we got to go over some things that we learned from Wildcard Weekend, starting with JB. Oh, JB is coming off the top rope. He says, "Quote: Brady is washed and is a scumbag." Also a scumbag. JB, explain yourself. Why is Brady washed and a scumbag? Good God Almighty.
Okay, so washed is evident, right? You know what I'm saying? The cat can't throw the ball past 30 yards at this point. Again, he can't move, right? It is what it is, man. Again, Father Time is caught up with your ass. Now, I call him a scumbag because when he threw the interception, he tried to go like kind of kung fu karate kick the dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, baby. Like that's some cheap ass, whack ass shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, man, he's a dickhead for that shit, for real.
Oh my God. All right, Mitch, moving on to you. You said, quote, you learned that Dallas can actually win you money once in a while. Oh my God. Shout out to Brett Maher. Jesus Christ.
My other take was going to be the old man take of kickers don't really matter. That was going to be my other take on that one.
Oh.
Yeah, as you watch Brett Maher missing the one. Oh, wide left. Peyton's had enough. Oh, Peyton's had enough. Oh, yeah, slap him on the helmet. Good God Almighty. Oh, my God. Terrible. Just terrible.
Terrible.
Fellas,
terrible.
I will tell you what I learned when I share the screen here in just a moment. I got to tell you, man, some people just really have like bad anger issues. I think they really got to work that shit out. So my theory is the Bosas, both Bosa brothers, they were there on January 6th.
I thought
they were there.
I don't know.
For the insurrection. They are MAGA to the core, and they're going to have a lot of time on their hands to plot the overthrow of our government now that one Bosa brother is out of the playoffs and another one might be out of the playoffs after this weekend. So that's what I learned after Wildcard Weekend, fellas, is that the Bosas were there on January 6th because they have serious anger issues. And that's what I are. Do you agree with me? Do you think the Bosas were there on January 6th? Mitch, what do you think?
I would like to plead the fifth.
Okay. Appreciate it. Is JB the
government? I mean, if they were, right?
JB, you
right?
cut out.
Like these dudes
you cut out.
Like,
which means the government's listening.
Yeah, I said if they weren't there, their family members were. What do you mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They couldn't be there because of they couldn't show their faces there because of their jobs, right? But I'm pretty sure old Unc and you know what I'm saying, and their little cousins in there was in that thing, right?
Ooh. So that's is right. So that's what we learned after Wild Card Weekend. So let's get into the divisional round. But before we do, we got to see how we did after Wild Card Weekend picks. And with a drum roll, please, baby. We got every pick right but one. We correctly picked the Niners, the Jags, the Bills, the Giants, the G-Men, and we both picked the Bucks, who lost. So JB is at 161, 111, and 2, and yours truly is at 173, 102. So let's get into it right now with some motherfucking divisional round playoff savage picks, baby. Let's get it, baby. You hear that glass break of Stone Cold? All right, starting this thing off. The AFC Divisional, the Chiefs Kingdom, hosting the Duval Jags, and the line is 8.5 for KC at home. JB, who you got?
Well, I mean, I gotta pick Kansas City because I know Andy Reid is gonna have them prepared to win, but I do believe they're gonna struggle, right? I do believe at this point we talk about WP, you know what I'm saying? I do believe that he's gonna have them super prepared to play this game. One thing he's not going to do is allow Trevor Lawrence to make those mistakes that he made in the beginning so that you can give the Chiefs time to capitalize on your mistakes. I do believe it's going to be a rock'em sock'em. This ain't going to be one of them games you're going to turn off in the beginning of the fourth quarter. But I got to pick the Chiefs.
Yeah, Chargers are going to show up, and they're going to clean some stuff from last week, but the Chiefs are going to have a little bit too much for them. And Mitch, you like the Chiefs.
Correction, sir. The Jaguars, you said Chargers. What you got on the brain, man?
Oh my gosh, Freudian slip. It's the damn Chiefs are going to get it done. So I'm taking the Chiefs as well. And Mitch likes him so much, it's his money-making pick of the week. He's taken the Chiefs money line over the Chargers last week. He correctly picked the Cowboys over the Bucks. Mitchell, why do you like the Chiefs in this one, good sir?
I want to say when I picked that line, it was -7.5. So I think the line's moved since you made yours, or it moved back. I don't know. But I like the Chiefs because the bye week god, Andy Reid, he just had a bye week. He don't lose after a bye week. And he's got Patrick Mahomes on his side. That's why I like him.
This is facts. All right, we both like the Chiefs. All right, it's a big one here. It's JB's drafting team. It's the EAGLES Eagles. The link is going to be rocking, as JB says, hosting the G-Men, and the line is 7 for the Eagles at home, Dr. Bridges.
The Eagles, man, EAGLES Eagles. The link is going to be electric, go crazy. It's a division rival, not just division game. This is their division rivals. G-Men versus the fucking Eagles. It's Philly, right? It don't get no better, baby. But I do believe that Philly is going to scrap and fight to the end. They're going to end up getting the win. It's not going to be easy. I already know who's going to win. I'm going to say the Giants going to come in there playing giant ball, right? They're going to have some surprises, some things up their sleeve. I'm telling you, it's going to be some trickeration going on. But Philly is going to get the win.
So in a game like this, I'm kind of smelling some mistakes and a little bit of rust by the Eagles coming off the bye and with Jalen Hurts' injury. So I think it's going to be fairly close and kind of a choppy game in the first half. But I think the Eagles are going to do enough time of possession wise on defense and on defense to get the win. So I'm taking the Eagles as well. Mitchell, who do you like in this contest, good sir?
I agree with JB. This is going to be a huge fight right here. If the Eagles don't lose this round, they lose the next round. You know what? Let's go Giants.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Wow. He's doubling down on what he said. He said Giants win a playoff game. You know what I'm saying? Win the Super Bowl.
There it is. He's going with the theory.
I might just put a little money down on that, Mitch, just because. I might just put a little money down that, Mitch. You know
This is not my money making pick, so
he's not liable.
I might just put a little money on the Giants to win the Super Bowl. You know, I mean, hey. The last time the Super Bowl was in Arizona, they won it, right?
It's the theory of Super Bowl probability now.
Just saying. We got a
Super
whole lot of
odds. 11-1. Their odds are 11-1. I'm trying to take a look at some of these prop lines. What do they got? They're 11-1. Wow. Okay. Super Bowl odds. They are. If you put some money on this and you win this shit, I want to cut. It's plus 3,000.
Do it.
It's plus
Maybe
3,000.
Put some money down on it.
I can dig that.
I love it. I love it. The Giants are plus 3,000 to win the Super Bowl. You'd be coming up, baby. You'd be like Mattress Mac, but the reverse version because you'd actually win. Jesus H. Christ. Oh, my God. All right. Keeping it moving. It's the Mafia. They're hosting the Bungles, and the line is for the Bills at home. Mitch, I'm starting with you. Who do you got in this one?
I definitely got the Bills, but did you see that horrible bet last week when when they were up by 20? Yeah, the Chargers were up by 27, and they bet $1.4 million.
Put a little hot 25 on there.
Dude, they bet $1.4 million. At best, they were going to win 11,000. They lost $1.4 million. It was. I got Bills winning this one. I think they're the better team. The only thing that scares me is Bills' turnover ability, but I think he's good enough this game.
So, as you remember, as the reviewers remember, my Super Bowl pick, which is not possible anymore, but my Super Bowl pick was Bills and Bucks, and I have a lot of temptation to pick the Bengals in this because I feel like the Bills are begging to lose. I just do. Like they almost tricked it off at home against the Dolphins on the third stringer this past week. I think the spirit of DeMar Hamlin inhabits their souls, and I think somehow, some way, they pull this out. If the Bills end up winning the Super Bowl this year, it's because other teams fucked up, and I'm taking the Bills. But, man, I don't have a good feeling about it. So, JB, I'm taking the Bills in this one. Who do you got?
The Bills? Nah, man, I'm taking Cincy, bro. They're going back, right?
Ooh.
Cincy getting back to that thing, man. Again, we just talking about the mistakes that Josh Allen is going to be making. If he don't clean up his act, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like the Bills is going to capitalize. I mean, the Bengals going to capitalize, man. I got the Bengals winning it.
Okay. Dope. That's what's up. And finally... Oh my God! It's like the '90s. It's like Deion Sanders is all around us. It's Niner gang,
bang bang Niner gang,
black Niner gang. They're hosting the. How about them Cowgirls? I mean them Cowboys, and the line is 3.5 for the Niners at home. Dr. Bridges, who do you got in this one?
Well, I feel like the Niners are going to end up winning the game, but I feel like Brock Purdy is going to struggle. We're finally going to see him struggle in this game, and we're going to see basically why, you know what I'm saying, Tinkle is Mr. Irrelevant. That's just kind of where I'm at with it, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the Niners are going to win because of their defense, right? I feel like the defense is going to do something special. They're going to end up winning the game, and that's going to be that.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Niners do get it done at home. I think some big plays from Debo and CMC happen to kind of help Purdy. I don't think Purdy has to be a hero. I think he did some good things moving the pocket, and he made some good throws, but he also missed some key throws and made some bad reads, you know, at least in the first quarter. So I'm taking the Niners as well. Mitchell, who do you got in this one?
The more I think about it, the more scared I am to take the Niners. The more I analyze this game, getting closer to the Cowboys. But I have been an annoying Purdy guy, and I'm not going to stop that. So Purdy.
Yeah, Purdy fever, baby. That's right. All right. Well, we'll see who's right, who's wrong, who is both right, who is both wrong. And JB, take us home with a little edition of We Need Us, Sir. What you got for the people out there, baby?
Nothing. Just make 2023 better than 2022, right? Point blank, period. Right, is what it is. And I'm going to say it, I'm going to continue to say it. Treat folks how you would have them treat your children. Right? If you do that, then we're going to be just fine. Right? You're watching episode 246 of the JB and Benny review. All right. Follow us on our social media at JB and Benny Blue, all social media platforms, Twitter, TikTok, it don't matter. We got it all. All right, get with us, you know what I'm saying? Benny, you know what I'm saying, does a great job on TikTok. Me and him both run our Instagram as far as like the JB and Benny Blue. We're always putting up good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And we tap in, you know what I'm saying? CasualSports.com out here in the desert, live streaming constantly, you know what I'm saying? In podcast form, you can hear our melodious voices. You got to worry about Wi-Fi skipping and shit, all right? Fuck you, CenturyLink. I swear to God, I hate you. Right? Sponsorship interviews, new music, hate mail, love mail. We need love mail, all right? JB and Benny Blue Review at gmail.com. Get with us. We get back. That's for real, all right?
Yeah.
Point blank, period, dog. You know what I'm saying? Here we go again, dog. You know what I'm saying? Another weekend of football coming up.
Yes.
I'm excited about it. Can't wait. Gentlemen, I appreciate y'all. Again, episode 246, right? Man.
That's it.
Moving along, man.
That's right. Hey, folks, enjoy the divisional round. We appreciate you tapping with us, dropping your comments and your questions. And until next week, enjoy some foosball this weekend. You know we're going to be watching. And we'll see you then. We are out, baby. Peace.
Peace.